guys, we've got another battle report for you. This time I'm taking on Ogre Kingdoms. This is going to be another 3,000 point no grand armies, testing for Brawler Bash. And I'm playing time with this one, and we're going to be fighting for the crown of Mount Everfresh. This is like an inside joke we've had with each other for a while. We've been meaning to play each other since like December, and this is the first chance we're going to have. Okay, so I'm going to be practicing for Brawler Bash. My opponent, Tom, he's not actually going to be doing this. He's practicing for Southern Assault, which is also 3,000 points, no grand armies. Because he's going to actually be helping to run Brawler Bash, so he's not going to be able to play in it. So for this is going to be the scenario objectives where I'm trying to go for, but he's not really worrying about it. And also my objective card I'm going to choose is just 500 points if he flee from a, successfully flee from a charge. But these are things that he's not going to be trying to keep track of for himself. So we'll take a quick look at my army, and this is the same list I had that I used to practice my game against Once Bitten. I think this really matches up well with Ogres, mainly because I have the Troll Horse, so I'm not really worried about a lot of his Ogre charges and stuff. But I am still always going to be worried about Flaming Banner, so I'm going to have to be on the lookout for that. Now again, since he's not practicing for Brawler Bash, he's not going to be optimized for Brawler Bash because he's practicing for Southern Assault. And they're going to have what's called Salt Comp, and it's going to be player-based or player-voted comp. Against, you vote for what you think your comp's going to be, a judge's going to vote for your comp, and all your opponents vote for your comp. So because of this, he's taking a much less powerful army than you might normally see, especially one you might expect to see in Brawler Bash. He's not going to have Hellheart. He's not going to have but one Iron Blaster, and his Born Vanguard are going to be like 2 units of 2 instead of a bigger unit. So he's not really optimized to face me, except for the Man-Eaters with the Flaming Banner, and that's what I'm being most worried about. I still have to be worried about the Iron Guts that can have 3 characters in it. So them and the Man-Eaters are still going to be tough to go against. But he's only going to have 1 Iron Blaster and no Hellheart. You know, things like that that's not going to be really optimized to try to make his comp score a little bit better. So we start by looking at his deployment. He's going to have a Saber Tusk, a little unit of Bulls, his big Iron Gut unit with 3 characters, another Saber Tusk, Iron Blaster, and then his Man-Eaters here. And that's what I'm most concerned about for my Trolls. Another unit of Iron Guts. This is going to be 7. There's like empty bases in the back where I guess he hasn't painted the model yet. And then we have his big Stonehorn, 2 more Mournfang, and then a Saber Tusk way on the side. You're also going to notice this is the same table that was in my last game. After my game with Once Bitten, he went to dinner with some of the other players. So I just asked, can I just stay on the same table so I have to move all my guys, which were like a disaster of casualties, onto the other table, and he was fine with that. So we just play on the same table as my last game. And so I have my Night Goblins here, Archers, Lava on the Hill, Mangler, Wolf Riders, Chariot, Doom Diver, big unit of Savages, another unit of Wolf Riders, and of course my Savages are going to have my War Boss and my level 4. And I'll have my bunker here with my BSB and my level 1 Night Goblin. I have my level 1 Orc behind them. So it'll be the second game I don't have him in a unit. And I figure that he's not worth having cannon shots at him. And if there's not flyers that can get to him easily, especially cheap flyers like Harpies or Furies, you know, it's not that bad not to have him in a unit. And I'll have my solo big boss up front, my Trolls, another Wolf Chariot, my Flaming Banner War Boys, my other Lava, more Wolf Riders, and then I have a Mangler in the corner. I'm testing these Manglers. I'm testing ways to try to keep my Manglers alive. With Saber Tusk being so cheap, you don't want them to just land on your Mangler so easily and kill it. So against armies that have really cheap throwaway chaff units, I'm thinking of ways to keep my Manglers alive so they can kill expensive things. So here's my Vanguards, and this is a situation where he doesn't have War Machines where I can go try to kill the crew with my Vanguarders. So I don't fully Vanguard up. I Vanguard pretty much enough so that if any of them feel animosity, I can still move the troops behind them up if I want to without them being stuck behind, you know, squabbling Wolf Riders and stuff. So I win first turn. I'm not really going to charge anything. I'll move my Mangler up. And then in Magic, I'm actually going to get, first I'm going to get an irresistible headbutt off on his level 2 Butcher. It's going to do 3 wounds to him. And my miscast, I think it's the one where I might be sucked into the warp, but I'm not. And I do one wound to myself. I lose, I think, 2 dice from the power pool when I kill maybe only 3 savage orcs. So it's not really that bad for miscast. Then I'm gonna do Hand of Gork on my Mangler. I'm gonna miscast again, and so I'm gonna have that Mangler up there in front of his Iron Guts. This time I think I just roll the 7 where it just does damage to savage orcs around him, and I think I maybe kill one more savage orc. So I have 2 miscasts to start off, and I'm really lucky that not that much damage is done. My shooting is not going to be that great. I think I'm going to put 1 wound onto one of his Mournfang units for my Doom Divers. Both Flyboys are going to go with his Stonehorn. I'm going to do 1 wound to his Stonehorn. Okay, so Ogre turn 1, and he's going to do something interesting where he's going to put his Stonehorn on my Mangler. I don't know if I would have done that, but his choices were basically to have his Iron Guts or the Stonehorn on it, because he didn't want his Man-Eaters on it. I don't think he could have shot at it with the cannon the way it was without hitting his own guys, or risking hitting his own guys. And I put it with Hand of Gork in a way where the Saber-Tusk couldn't march onto the Mangler. It didn't have enough movement. So he decides to put the Stonehorn on there, because if he had put his Iron Guts on there, they would have lived, but I would probably kill 3 of them maybe at least, and they would have been a lot less effective in combat. So I guess he went for keeping his Iron Guts combat effective and not worrying about the Stonehorn, which I was already shooting Lobas and stuff out anyway. But really, the Mangler had put him in the position I was hoping for, where it was a very tough decision on what to do. It wasn't like an easy thing to kill it. So for at least one game, I've done something good with the Mangler, and I think I did good with the Mangler's last game too. But so I think I'm learning better how to use Manglers. So for the rest of his turn, his Iron Blast is going to kill my other Mangler and get that out of the way. He's having none of those Manglers now. Um, After that, he's going to shoot his Man-Eaters at one of my Wolf Rider units and destroy them. I don't know where my other Wolf Rider unit went. I don't know what got to them. I don't know if they fled or what, but I don't see them on the table. I just see the one up the top. So I don't know what happened to my other Wolf Rider unit right now. And this is basically going to be his turn. His magic, I think I'll stop everything he tries to do in magic. I don't really think he gets anything accomplished in magic. So Orc and Goblin turn 2, I'm going to charge my Boar Boys at his Saber-Tusk, and he's going to hold. I pass my dangerous terrains. That's going to be really my only charge. Didn't charge the big boss in there because I wanted to have him be able to freely move around and try to slow down his units. So that's my only charge. I move up the rest of my guys a bit. So in magic, for the 3rd time, I'm going to get Irresistible off. I'm going to do Foot of Gork. I'm going to have it where it's touching both his casters, his level 4 and his level 2, and his Iron Blaster. So it's going to get a direct hit the first time. He can make both his Lookout Sirs. I think I kill 1 Iron Gut, and I do maybe 1 wound to his Iron Blaster. Then it's going to stomp again. This time I'm going to kill his Iron Blaster, and he's going to make both his Lookout Sirs. And I think I maybe only do 1 wound to his Bulls this time. And then the spell's going to go away. So it was very good to get rid of the Iron Blaster. Didn't really get much more damage done to the Iron Guts. But I'm pretty lucky again. My miscast this time is going to be the one where I take a strength 6 hit on my casters. I'll do a wound to both my level 1s. But I'm going to roll a 1 to wound my Great Shaman. So he's going to be fine. So he's only have 1 wound on him. So out of 3 miscasts, he's only have 1 wound done to him. So that's pretty good. Going into shooting, I'm going to start concentrating on his Man-Eaters. And I'm going to kill, I think, 1 or 2 of them with my Labas. And my Doom Divers are going to be shooting again at his Mournfang. And I don't think I really do anything again. I might be do 1 wound to one of his, I think it does the other Mournfang unit. Because I was testing out on 1 unit, and then when it wasn't happening, I was moving over to the other unit. And I think I've done 1 wound to each Mournfang unit. So over here, just showing you my Night Goblin Archer shoot at his Lone Saber-Tusk. And I only have 20 shots because I moved. And I actually get like 6 sixes. I need 6s to hit. I get like 6 of them, I think. And I'm able to kill the Saber-Tusk. So the Night Goblins, they were pretty mad. Yeah, this is actually a picture showing he had actually got Comet off. And this is just showing when the Comet goes off. And it actually rolls double 1s. So it only makes it his Night Goblin unit. And you can see it kills a lot of them, but it doesn't make it anything else. So again, I'm fortunate because he rolled double ones for his comet, and I forgot about that when I was trying to remember what he did in his magic phase. So Ogre turn 2, he's going to charge my boar boys. I'm going to flee and get away. In his magic, he's going to get comet off again. You can see here, this is the boosted comet, so it's going to start with 2 coins. I'm going to let that go because I'm worried about bubble regen, and I think he tries bubble regen and I scroll it. So really, he's only got comet off again, and I think there's really nothing else that happens this turn. I think he shoots at my big balls with his man-eaters, but they're flaming and I have the ward against flaming, so he really does no damage to me. So Orcs and Goblins turn 3, I'm going to charge my chariot here into the flank of his Mournfang. I'm going to go ahead and move my BSB into the Savage unit because the boosted comet coming down makes me a little bit worried about that bunker. And you can see the comet doesn't come down this turn, so he has 2 more tokens added to the tally here. Now over here I'm going to charge this chariot into his bull unit, and the 3 ones here are going to be all the way in shooting phase. I'm going to land a Doom Diver on those Mournfang, do 3 hits, and I'm going to roll 3 ones to wound. Oh, Doom Divers, you used up all your power against Bretonnia. So the rest of my magic and shooting, I'm going to continue to concentrate on those man-eaters. I think I do a little bit more damage to them. This wolf chariot coming in these bulls, I'm going to roll a 1 for my impact hit, so only 2. I'm not going to do a single wound to him. He's just going to destroy me in combat. And then over here, this wolf chariot's going to roll a 1 for impact hits. I'm going to do no damage to him. He'll do 2 wounds to me, so this is going to be a 2-2 tie. He's actually going to reform to face me, but you don't see him in this picture. So he'll charge his Iron Guts into my big boss. I'm going to flee and get away. My war boys had rallied there. I think you can barely see them, so they're behind the trolls. He really has nothing much else to do over here. His comet's still not going to come down, so I think there's 6 tokens there now. His man-eaters, I think they just shoot at my savages and maybe do a one or more wounds to them, and that's about it. And then over here, he's going to destroy that wolf chariot and then just reform this way so he can see my savages. So Orcs and Goblins turn 4. I need like an 8 to make it to those small unit Iron Guts, and I can position it in a way where if I beat them, I'll be able to go on into the man-eaters next. So I declare Wog, and I fail my charge, so they're just sitting up there. And over here, I'll also rally the big boss, and since I fled from a charge, I'm just going to rally and then move back up in front of those big unit of Iron Guts. And over here for the second game in a row, these Night Goblins are going to fail animosity and be forced to charge. This time a rear on the Mournfang, which really doesn't matter because they're just going to get all their attacks. But, you know, animosity. So in Magic, his comet's finally going to come down. I think there's 6 tokens on it. But he's going to roll double 2s for the range. It's really all going to hit my savages. It's going to do a decent amount of damage to him, but again, it could have been much worse for it taking that long to come down. I'm also going to get every go off on my savages because I'm anticipating getting charged, so I want to have those rerolls. Going into shooting, I'm going to have Doom Divers going against his Mournfang again. They're going to scatter onto his bull. One's going to scatter onto his little small bull unit and kill a bull. And I don't know what my lobby's doing. One of them might have destroyed itself this turn. But that's basically going to be my shooting. So in the only combat, the Night Goblin is going to be easily and flee. He's going to restrain. That way he can charge my savages, which I think is probably the smartest thing to do. Those Night Goblins aren't really worth enough points to go after them. And Ogre turn 4, this is like a closer up picture of what's happening here. He's charging everything he can. His man-eaters, I'd made a little bit of a mistake in position, and I was thinking about keeping my savages away from the man-eaters, and I made it where he needed a fairly decent, only like a 7 roll, fairly easy to make roll for his man-eaters to get to my trolls, which I was just thinking the Iron Guts could come into my trolls, and I wasn't really worried about them because they had great weapons, and you know, with all my attacks, I could take a lot of them down. But he charges man-eaters in, so I have to worry about that. I think there's still 6 or 7 man-eaters there. I think I've only killed 2 out of the 9. He's also going to charge this unit of 2 Mournfang into my trolls. So I'm only going to get regen against their impact hits because it's the same initiative as the impact hits he's going to have with his Flaming Banner thing on his man-eaters. So that's bad. He's going to charge his more big Iron Gut unit at my big boss here, which you can see it's fleeing. He's going to charge his other Iron Guts and his other Mornfang at my Savage Orcs. So a lot of charges coming in. So going into his magic, you can see that I had killed 3 Man-Eaters, so there's still 6 left, which is still a good amount. Um, Also, he doesn't roll 10 for any of his 2 units here for their impact hits, so he's only going to get regular impact hits. In his magic, he's going to get stubborn off on his bulls. I'm going to let that go because I'm trying to stop bubble regen. But then he's going to get irresistible on his bubble regen, but he gets sucked into the warp, and the template is on his level 2 butcher. It's going to fail its lookout, sir, and it's going to kill hit. So that's really bad. I forgot in my turn, my lava had landed on his BSB. He failed to lookout sir for that also, but I rolled a 1. So he's really failing the lookout sirs here, and so he's lost all his magic going into this 4th turn. So you can see this is the combat, and you can see this is brutal. I lose 7 trolls to this fight here. I think I killed just like 2. This looks like it's just 2 Man-Eaters and 1 Mornfang because of the regen. Luckily, I'm steadfast, so I stick around. He doesn't do that much damage to my Savage Orcs, mainly because I'm attacking first against his great weapon things, and I have rerolls. So I actually think I might have actually won this combat, and he just sticks around because he's stubborn. I don't think I lost. I'm pretty sure I must have won this one. It doesn't look like I took really that much damage compared to what I should have done. But either way, I'm sticking for both, or he's sticking with the guys over here. I can't really remember which. So can go turn 5. My movement is not much other than some repositioning. I rally that big boss to move him up. The main thing I'm showing here is my magic phase. He has no defensive magic anymore. So I have my way. I have like 12 dice from my magic phase. I roll like a 10 and then I channel 2. So I get all 3 of my spells off that I want. I get every go off again. I get Fist of Gork off of my Great Shaman, and I even get Sneaky Stabbing off. So I've got everything here boosting these Savage Orcs. And then in my shooting phase, again I'm going to hit a direct hit on his his. I'm going to get a direct hit on his BSB. He's going to fail his lookout sir again. I'm going to roll a 1 to wound again. Between him failing lookout sirs and my rolling 1 to wound, it is insane. And this is another pit kind of rounding out my turn before combat. You see, I can't march my boys through the lake. I mean, so they're basically stuck right there. They can still get a flank on the Mornfang if it's still there. I move my level 1 up here, just in case he breaks through. I don't want to get into my bunker yet. The other parts of my shooting just go at his big Iron Gut unit. I think you can see they're whittled down a little bit more. So in combat, you can see this is like a bloodbath on both sides. I'm down to just 8 trolls, but I got him down to just 2 Man-Eaters, and his Mornfang is still there. On the other side, I kill that Mornfang, and I get him down to just 1 Iron Gut, but he's stubborn, so he sticks. So, I mean, I think things are going my way, but it's still a bloodbath. In Brawler Bash, this would be pretty helpful for him because he'd be getting a lot of half points. But for Southern Assault, he's not going to be getting any points for this at all, I don't think. I might have to look at their player pack again. I don't know if they get half points for whittled down units, but he's getting close to getting half points on my trolls and my savages, because I think for them, in Brawler Bash, if they're 25% or less and they're not fleeing, you'll still get half points. So his turn 5 is going to go pretty quickly because he has no magic and no shooting really. So we're going to combat. I'll kill the last bull and I'm going to reform. And I think my trolls actually, I think they lose combat this time because I don't think they've really done any damage to him. His bubble regen has finally gone away, but I'm down to 5 trolls, so it's like I'm still steadfast and I stick around so that my savage can come in the flank. Orcs and Goblins turn 6, that's what I do. I go into the flank of his Man-Eaters. My bull boys are going to get the flank of the other Mornfang. And I'm going to go ahead and send my level 1, my big boss on the wolf into the front of the Man-Eater. So that way, so that it would be easier. That way, my savage could come on into the flank without having to worry about hitting him first. And in shooting here, I'm gonna hit his BSB again with a lava. I'm gonna roll a 1 to wound. He's gonna fail his look out, sir, again for the third time, and for the third time I'm gonna roll a 1 to wound. I think I fall out on my chair. So this is 5 times in 2 games I've hit BSBs, and they've either failed lookout sirs or whatever, and I've rolled 1s to wound. This is incredible. And this is just showing what I did on Magic Phase. Again, he doesn't have a level 4 to really help him, so I'm going to get Every Go off again and Fist of Gork off again. There's not much he can do to stop me. And after combats, I'm going to wipe out his Mournfang, and I'm going to wipe out his Man-Eaters. I think I'm down to 3 Trolls, so he would get 50% for that. My overrun is going to take me into the flank of the Iron Guts, which you really can't tell because he basically calls the game after that. And my big boss is also getting in the front. But he calls it after that. You know, in Brawler Bash, if you call it, you get the full 5,000 points, so he probably wouldn't have done it then. But he's not really practicing for Brawler Bash. He practiced for Southern Assault, so we just go ahead and call the game here. So this is going to be a victory for the Orcs. I'm going to get the title of Mount Everfresh from Tom. This is a real fun game, but when I'm thinking about this, he wasn't using an optimized list, so it really wasn't fair on his part because I was using my optimized Brawler Bash list. But when I think about what I would have taken for Southern Assault, I wouldn't have the Troll Horde. And I don't know what I would have done against this list without the Troll Horde, because when he comes in, all the damage he did to my trolls, if I'd only had 10 trolls, I would have been destroyed. So my list for Southern Assault I was thinking about was not going to have a Troll Horde. It's going to have maybe 8 to 10 trolls, so I had to really rethink what to do, because should I just take the Troll Horde and get a hard comp score from everybody, or, you know, keep the Troll Horde, take away the Troll Horde, get a better score, which I think people were saying I might get a 7 or 9 with the 10 trolls and the Savage Horde, but then I would just get destroyed by things like this, which would, there's no way this is a hard Ogre list. This is like at least a 7 or 9, maybe a 10 or more. So I had to really think about what I'm going to do. I've got till the middle of July to think about this. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll see you guys next time. I hope to play again before our next tournament. If you like this, feel free to like and subscribe and comment. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time.